One quick and easy improvement we can do to our thread create page is to redirect the user to the thread he just created when he hits the publish button. So, in the save method, after we dispatch the action, we can use the router.push to redirect the user to the route with the name of thread show, and then pass it the thread ID. But what is the ID? We can't know here because the ID is generated inside of the action. This is a very common scenario to not know the ID of a resource you are about to create. To get the ID of the newly created thread, we can return a promise inside the create thread action. We could do this manually by wrapping all the code inside of the action in a promise, but I much prefer the async await syntax. Async await is a very nice syntactic sugar around promises that allows you to write code that looks more synchronous, but it's actually asynchronous. Now, we could just return the ID of the new thread, but I like to return the whole object. We can't just return the thread we have available in our thread variable because it wouldn't have attached the post yet. So we can easily find the thread in the state using the thread ID variable. Back in the save method, let's make the method async so that we can await for the create post method to be done. Then we can get the thread it returns and use it in our router.push. You may have noticed that nothing about our code at this point actually demands that our action be asynchronous. All it's doing is adding items to and getting items from the variables stored in the state. However, in general, you will have to use a promise or the syntactic sugar for a promise that is async await when you create a resource, since in order to save it in a database, you will have to make an AJAX call or something asynchronous, and we want our code to be prepared for that for later on. Okay, if we go and try it out in the browser, we immediately see the thread we create. For the cancel button, we can redirect the user back to the forum page. Let's create a method called cancel. We can use router.push here and pass in the route with the name of forum along with the forum ID. And then we'll add it to the click event of our cancel button. Let's give this a shot. Works like a charm.